You know, there is nothing more maddening than looking at your solar monitor on a perfect sunny day and seeing nothing, 0 watts coming in. You start to wonder, right? Is it the panels, the controller, the battery? It can feel like this impossible mystery, but I promise you, it's not. We're about to walk through a super clear, step-by-step process to find the exact problem, and we're going to do it the right way.
And this right here, this is the most important idea to get your head around. Your solar system is just a chain. Power flows from the panel, through the controller, and into the battery. That's it. A failure is simply one broken link somewhere in that chain. Our only job is to find it.
So let's just agree to leave all the guesswork behind. We're not going to randomly unplug stuff or, even worse, start buying expensive parts hoping for the best. Nope, we're going to do this like the pros.
Look, when things go wrong, you've basically got 2 ways you can go. The first is just guesswork, right? You watch a few videos, you get some sketchy advice online, and you just start swapping out parts. It's slow, it's expensive, and honestly, it's pretty dangerous. We're going to stick to the second path, measurement. By using a simple multimeter to actually trace the power, we can find the exact problem safely and for sure. When it comes right down to it, for charging to happen, 3 things have to be true. No exceptions. 1. Your panels have to be making enough voltage. 2. The controller's got to be awake and doing its job. And 3. The battery has to actually be able to take that charge. If even one of these conditions fails, the whole system just stops.
So where do we start? We start at the beginning of the chain, the source of all the power in your system, the solar panels themselves.
Okay, so sun's out. First thing we're going to do is measure, not guess. Grab your multimeter and check the voltage coming straight off the panels. If you get a big fat 0, it's almost certainly a connection problem. If the voltage is jumping all over the place, you're probably looking at a loose or corroded terminal. And if you are getting 0 volts, it's usually one of a few simple things. It could be an MC4 connector, that standard waterproof plug, that's just come unplugged. Or maybe a wire got damaged somehow. Or, maybe something's just covering the panel. Always check the easy stuff first. Okay, stop. Seriously, stop what you're doing and listen. This is the single most important safety warning I can give you. Never, and I mean ever, unplug your solar connectors while the sun is hitting them. DC electricity can jump across that gap and create a massive electrical arc. It can melt the connector right in your hand and cause a very, very bad day. Isolate the system first, always.
All right, so you've confirmed your panels are making good voltage. Fantastic. The next logical step is to see if that power is actually getting to the brain of your system, the charge controller.
So, we're going to do the exact same test, just in a different spot. You're going to measure the voltage right where the solar wires screw into your charge controller. That number should be almost identical to what you just measured at the panels.
And this is where it all clicks into place. If you've got, say, 40 volts at your panels, but you have 0 volts at your controller, well, the problem isn't the panel, and it isn't the controller. The break is somewhere in the wire between them. Could be a bad cable, a blown fuse, or a tripped breaker. But what if you do have voltage at the controller, and it's still not charging? Well, there are 2 big reasons. If the voltage is too low, the controller just won't wake up. But the really dangerous one is if the voltage is too high. If it goes over its maximum rating, what we call the VOC, if that happens, you can literally fry the controller instantly. This is a real risk on super cold, bright sunny days when panels can overperform.
Okay, let's move on to the final stop in our journey. We've got power from the panels, we've got power at the controller. Now we need to check the destination, the battery itself.
And this is the question that drives people absolutely crazy. You've confirmed voltage is making it all the way to the controller's output, but the battery is getting nothing. What on earth is going on? Well, it turns out the battery itself can be the one putting on the brakes.
There are really 3 main possibilities here. The first one's obvious. The battery's already full, so the controller is just doing its job by stopping the charge. The second is that the battery is so completely dead, its voltage is near 0, and some controllers won't even recognize it's there. But the third one? Oh, this is the sneaky one, especially if you have lithium batteries.
This is the ghost in the machine that a lot of people miss. A BMS, the battery management system, is like the battery's internal bodyguard. If it senses a problem, like the voltage getting way too low, it will protect the battery by shutting down and internally disconnecting its own terminals. So to your multimeter and to your charge controller, the battery looks totally dead, even though it's really just in a self-preservation coma. Okay, before we wrap this all up, we have to talk about the most important part. Following these safety rules isn't a suggestion. It's what separates a quick, successful fix from a total disaster.
Before you even think about putting a tool on anything, run through this mental checklist. Turn off all your loads. Disconnect the battery if you have to. And for the love of everything, never ever let your wrench touch both battery terminals at once. And always, I mean always, double-check that red is going to positive and black is going to negative. Getting that backwards can destroy your gear in a heartbeat.
I want you to burn this into your brain. Unlike the power in your house, high-current DC systems are incredibly unforgiving. There are no do-overs. One little slip-up can lead to fire, melted parts, or way worse. Be slow, be deliberate, be safe.
So let's bring this all home. A solar system that's not charging isn't some black magic mystery. It's a simple, logical problem. And it has a simple, logical solution, a process of elimination. You just follow the chain until you find the break. This is the method. This is the entire playbook. You start at the panels, you follow the voltage, you trace it to the controller, and then you verify the battery. By following these steps in this exact order, source, path, destination, you will always find the problem.
And that really just leaves us with one last thought. You're past the guesswork now. You have the skills to figure this out like a pro. You've followed the chain, you've pinpointed the exact broken link. So the question is, what are you going to do to fix it?